Hello there, my name is Andrew Mwangi and I'm so glad that you could join me in this very short video clip on the psychology of relationships as we look into the personalities that impact our relationships and our marriages. Let me begin by asking you, do you know your kind of personality? Maybe I should have started by asking, do you know that we all have our unique personalities? And our personalities impact our relationships greatly. 1 Thessalonians chapter number 1 and verse 5 quotes Apostle Paul saying, "For you know what kind of men we were among you." Every one of us, whether a doctor, an engineer, a student, male or female, we all have our individual, unique personalities. And the people around about us get to be impacted by the kind of our personalities. Now, today we are going to look at the first kind of personality that affects our relationships, and that is the obsessive compulsive personality. As we go through these personalities, I'd like to encourage you to reflect on these and see whether they represent who you are, who your spouse is, who your significant other is, and take note of how they've been impacting your relationship and what you can do about it. Individuals with obsessive compulsive personality have an incessant need for cleanliness, for perfection, for control over their emotions, for order. They never want to seem like they do not have control. This includes people who have a strong sense of duty, morals. These people are very industrious. For such individuals, everything has to be in order and they tend to worry a lot. And in addition, they have a deep sense of insecurity and a desire to be in control. They are concerned about doctrine and the conventional way of doing things. Most people who fall into this category are firstborn children. A number of doctors and religious leaders fit into this group. Now, the Apostle Paul is a famous example of such a personality. And this personality has a positive side. And on the positive side of this personality, Galatians 6 and verse 9 says, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart." If you have this kind of a personality and you tend to be fixated on being orderly, being clean, being strict on morals, the Bible encourages you not to grow weary while doing good. But obsessive compulsive personality can degenerate into a disorder. According to DSM-5, which is actually the diagnostic statistical manual that mental health practitioners use to diagnose mental disorders, the DSM-5 stipulates or shows that people with this disorder can have the following symptoms. Number one, the individual is preoccupied with details, rules, lists, order, organizational schedules to the extent that the major point of the activity is lost. The individual shows perfectionism that interferes with task completion. For example, they are unable to complete a project because his or her own overly strict standards are not met. They can find dirt or mistakes no matter what. They do not recognize how much they annoy others by their cleanliness and by their sticking to regulations and orders. Number three, the individual is excessively devoted to work and productivity to a point that they exclude leisure and friendships. Even leisure activities have to be well planned and have to stick to the plan. They have no time for leisure, and when they finally decide, after much persuasion, to go for leisure with their spouse, it has to stick to the plan. This individual is overly thorough, careful, and inflexible about matters of morality, ethics, or values. They are governed by the dictates of their conscience. They can refuse to do something merely because it does not sit well with them. This individual is unable to discard even worn out or worthless objects, even when they have no sentimental value. This individual is reluctant to delegate tasks or to work with others unless they submit to exactly his or her way of doing things, even if you're working as a team. They expect others to carry out chores in the same way that they do. You can by now see what kind of mess this kind of personality disorder can portend to a marriage relationship. This individual is a miser, both to self and others. Money is viewed as something to be hoarded for future catastrophes. They never want to squander money. They never want to use their money in wasteful ways, or so they think. This individual shows rigidity and stubbornness, even given the uniqueness of the situation. And for that reason, I believe, on the negative side of this personality, Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 16 would say, do not be overly righteous, nor be overly wise. Why should you destroy yourself? Because just for the sake of sticking to their preferences, to their sense of order, these people can cause pain. These people can even lose their productivity. Now, if you're relating with this kind of personality, you may need to sit down and discuss some of these effects that it could be having on your relationship and chart the way forward. I wish you all the best, and I pray that your house will stand and that your house will flourish. God bless you in Jesus' name.